Nobody told you the truth about being nice. They told you to be kind, to be giving, to put her first, to show up consistently and love without conditions. And you did all of it. And somehow, it still wasn't enough. She pulled away. The spark faded. The respect disappeared. And you were left wondering what you did wrong, when all you did was everything they told you to do. Here is the truth nobody tells good men. Niceness without self-respect is not attractive. It is invisible. And today we break down exactly why women lose interest when you are too nice, and what the Stoics knew about becoming a man who is both kind and magnetic. Reason 1. Niceness from fear is not kindness, it is weakness. There are two types of nice men. The first is the man who is kind because it aligns with his values. He gives because he genuinely wants to. He is patient because he has chosen to be. His kindness comes from a place of strength and abundance. The second is the man who is nice because he is afraid. Afraid of conflict, afraid of her disapproval, afraid that if he stops performing kindness, she will leave. And that fear, however well hidden, changes everything. She does not feel loved by a man who is afraid to upset her. She feels the weight of his need, the pressure of his performance, the quiet desperation underneath every gesture. And that pressure pushes her away every time. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Know this for what it is." Niceness rooted in fear is not a virtue, it is a strategy, and she can feel the difference. Reason 2. When you have no boundaries, she has no respect. Attraction requires tension, not conflict, not cruelty, tension. The feeling that a man has edges, lines he will not cross, things he will and will not accept. The too nice man has none of this. He agrees with everything. He accepts treatment he should not accept. He adjusts himself constantly to keep her comfortable. And without realizing it, he removes every reason she had to respect him. Because respect is not given to a man who has no standards. It is earned by a man who knows exactly what he will and will not tolerate, and holds that line without drama. A man without boundaries is a man without a spine, and a man without a spine is a man a woman cannot feel safe leaning on. Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." The wise man is at peace with himself. He does not need her approval to feel whole. And that peace, that quiet self-possession, is the foundation of every boundary a strong man holds. Reason 3. You cannot buy attraction with effort. The too nice man believes, often unconsciously, that if he does enough, gives enough, sacrifices enough, attraction will follow. He plans the perfect dates. He remembers every detail. He texts first every time. He makes himself endlessly available. And the more he does, the less she feels. Not because she is ungrateful, but because attraction is not a transaction. You cannot earn your way into someone's desire. You cannot outgive your way into being wanted. Attraction responds to presence, to confidence, to the quiet certainty of a man who knows his own value and does not need to prove it through constant effort. The man who gives everything up front leaves nothing to discover, and without discovery, there is no desire. Reason 4. Too much availability removes the mystery. She cannot miss what is always there. The too nice man is always available, always responsive, always present, always watching. And that constant availability, however loving it feels, tells her something she did not ask to know.
that she is the most important thing in his world. That sounds romantic. It is actually suffocating. Because a man whose entire world revolves around her has no world of his own. And a man with no world of his own is a man with nothing interesting to offer. She fell for a man with a life worth entering. When he abandoned that life to orbit hers, she lost the very thing that attracted her. Pull back, not to play games, but because your life, your purpose, your goals, your growth deserves your full attention. And a man fully invested in his own becoming is the most attractive thing a woman can witness. Reason 5. She does not want a man she can control. This is the one most men are not prepared to hear. Somewhere deep in the psychology of attraction, a woman does not want a man she can fully control. She wants to feel that she is with someone she cannot move, cannot manipulate, cannot guilt into becoming whoever she needs him to be that day. She wants a man with his own opinions, his own direction, his own quiet resistance when she pushes. Not because she wants to fight, but because a man who cannot be moved is a man who feels safe, grounded, real. The too nice man bends to everything, and every time he bends, she loses a little more of the feeling she was looking for. Seneca wrote, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power."
The man who has himself, who cannot be moved by guilt, by withdrawal, by disapproval, is the man she cannot stop thinking about. Reason 6. The Stoic answer is not to be cruel, it is to be whole. This is the most important thing. The solution is not to be cold, not to be harsh, not to stop being kind. The solution is to be kind from a place of completeness rather than need. To be generous because you genuinely have something to give, not because you are trying to earn something back. To be present because you choose to be, not because you are afraid of what happens if you are not. To be warm, open, and loving, while remaining completely grounded in who you are, what you value, and what you will not accept. That man, the one who is both kind and immovable, is the rarest man in the world, and the most desired. Stop being nice to earn her. Start being whole to deserve her. The mirror doesn't lie. It only shows what's already there.